have entered the prep zone. Tonight, girls soccer, Mandeville at home, Centerio Stadium to take on the Live Oak Lady Eagles. Number 30, Charity Simmons. Watch out for her. On the other side, on the Mandeville side, number 14, Delaney Sheehan. She's a scoring machine. Live Oak at Mandeville. And this one is underway with Mandeville controlling because they got the kickoff, obviously. Benton and getting it up. Barrios dropping it back for Dubrock. This one stolen and cleared out of that zone now. And that one's cleared out.
Mandeville seems to be showing a propensity to attack early on here, Tiger.
Yes, they're trying to maintain and push it up the field and have create some kind of opportunities. This one's in the box, and that shot by Sheehan is going to go over.
We're not even 2 minutes in. That's already the third chance in the box.
Putting the pressure on early here. The Lady Skippers, the higher seed in this one, and they want to establish the tempo early. Trey, they want to put Live Oak in an uncomfortable position early.
It's very clear that Coach Esker, I mean, he has his back line pushed up all the way past midfield every time the ball's in Mandeville's attacking third.
Pass into the middle for Dubrock up the right side. And that one goes out. That'll be a goal kick. Ball back into the middle. Tori Best trying to run it down. She passes it over, coming up to Allie Patrick, and that one is stolen and turned back the other way. Dubrock trying to stick it ahead. On the right side there is Mia Dubrock. Throw into Mandeville up the right sideline. And that ball must kind of barely be in bounds over there. It's hard to see the line from here. If you're watching at home, it would be the red line if you can make it out. This one back, and Dubrock again. Chipping it into the middle and headed back out. A lot of defenders, Trey, and
they're just kicking the ball out. They're trying to make sure to get it out for their life because Mandeville every time just putting it in and they're making runs, as we see again right here.
Burbank into the middle. There was a shot that ended up hitting one of the Mandeville players. That is dangerous right there. Here's a shot. And Alexis Hay, or Heyday as they call her, knocks that one out, but that really wasn't right on goal. That was just a tad off. But like you said, pressure early by the Lady Skippers.
It's going to be interesting to see. This is their first set piece of the game. We see how they can do in the run of plays, see how they set something up right here.
They go far corner. I think they were looking back post. That one kind of floated back over to the other side.
You know, Alexis Haig, they call her Heyday at Live Oak. She has 70 saves this season, and it looks like she might get 70 saves in this first half.
Yep, being peppered early, that's for sure. Delaney Sheehan chipping it ahead. Oh, we got an offside call on the far sideline. That looked like Isabel Barrios might have gotten off course. Sheehan drops it off, and then it's cleared out. Dubrock, the defender, nice steal right there, going to chip it ahead, but Sarah Capps was unaware that it was coming her way, and once again, defensively, Rebecca McCarron steps up and pops it back in the zone, and they'll have a throw-in on the right side.
It'll be interesting to see if Mandeville can keep up this pace, because they're not giving Live Oak a chance to breathe at this point.
The one thing that they're noted for is their passing ability, and you're getting to see some of it. And there's a shot from outside, and hey, yeah, and hey, those numbers are going up. her save numbers are going up. Well, that one goes right by a bunch of people.
Very dangerous right there. I don't know how that went out of play.
Exactly. That one was like, it seemed like it was destined for somebody,
right,
and yet no one laid a hand or a foot in this case.
And that's not a good sign for Live Oak, because Mandeville easily had 3 players in the area. If any one of them is able to get a foot or a head on that ball, that's in the back of the net, because that's at point-blank range.
All right, Sheehan, who is going to take the corner kick. And here's one that goes, and we're going to redo that. We'll have it. Yeah, here's the thing about, as you well know, Trey, you keep getting these little set pieces here, and eventually there'll be a breakdown somewhere, and it won't be good.
And you got to give Live Oak credit at some point. I mean, they are holding firm so far. It's coming close, but so far so good for them.
This one, a one-timer, cleared out momentarily, and there's the goal.
It seemed like it was only a matter of time, Tiger.
Right. Once again, Sheehan. I know it's Trey's first time actually seeing Mandeville in action. Delaney Sheehan has committed to Furman, where she'll be a Paladin, and that's a whole different story. When we did game one night and got online, found out what a Paladin is, and it's a guard. So she'll be guarding. It's actually back from in medieval times.
And
so
Furman's one of those schools that you don't really hear about it when you talk about football or baseball or basketball, but they're actually a pretty solid soccer school.
All right, that pass by Kleiss off to the left, right, now brought back. And it's that kind of, see that, possession and then passing. Maddie Cook, right side. They're always looking to make the extra pass. And here comes the defense again, Morgan Kleiss. Nicely stolen there by Allie Patrick.
It's pretty clear what Coach Esker's trying to do at this point. I mean, he doesn't want to he wants to make sure there's no late fireworks. Trying to end this game early, pushing 5 girls up almost immediately.
Want to keep the pressure on. You got one goal. You can take a team out of a game real early. This is Scanlon. Here's Sheehan. What need I say more? You cannot let the ball get to the foot of Delaney Sheehan. She will deposit it in the net, as you just saw that. But like you were saying, Coach Esker wants to keep the pressure on, because you want to take the life, you want to suck the air out of the balloon that Live Oak came here with. You want to do it early. You want to, and you want to often.
And especially first round of the playoffs, you want to make a statement to let every other team know that you have arrived and you are contending.
Correct. That pass up the left sideline intended for Laura Martin, and that's going to go out of bounds. Quick throw in, Sheehan. Plays that off the defender, making a little run, chipping it ahead. Good defense there on the part of Betts. Nicolette Betts with some good defense. There's Betts again to play that one. And a little tit for tat right there. She battled through one but lost it, and Mandeville tried to get it near the goal. It goes out. There'll be a goal kick for Live Oak, the Lady Eagles. 10-7-1 on the year, 5-3 in their district. Good steal. Barrios, Isabel Barrios with a nice steal there, puts a shot on goal, and Heyday was up for that challenge for sure. Sheehan wants to reverse the field. Back into the middle for Cacho. Her ball a little bit too much. And Best, nice little give and go with Best. And that's stolen nicely by Cacho. And here we got a shot or pass. Back out. Comes a shot, couple of hops. Hey, no problem with that.
Another thing that this attacking style that Mandeville's coming out with does, in addition to just the propensity to score a lot of goals, it also is a good defensive tactic too for Mandeville, because Live Oak, they're just at this point, they can't form any sound possession. They're just trying to clear it out, and by doing that, it goes back to the Mandeville defensive line where they can start again from their offense.
Good point. Ooh, nice little move there by Mia Dubrock. A run down the left side, centering pass. That was Barrios. You can see she was a little upset she didn't get to that. Hannah Benton ahead. But that's exactly what you were talking about right there, is that ball finally kind of sort of clears out for a moment by Live Oak, but then one of the defenders kicks it right back in again.
Doesn't give him a chance to breathe at all.
Right, and not really getting it to set up any kind of attack, because you're not even controlling the ball long enough. Bad throw in. There was a remark we made the other night that last year it didn't seem like anybody made a throw-in error, and lately it's teams from the best to the worst are slipping up in that department.
Yeah, it's just a minimal mistake. You always got to make sure you have both feet down.
Come over the top of your head with the throw. Yep. Nice play right there, Live Oak. And defense. We have a stoppage of play here for an injury. There'll be a free kick at this point. There was a foul back, a foul called. Barrios going to bring it back into the middle. Scallon.
Good run up the right side right here. Try to send something in.
See, Scallon mainly a backline player. That's what's so good. They've got the technique, they've got the fundamentals to be able to run it up and put that extra pressure on live up by having extra person push up and know that you got some people back here defensively that are going to hold off.
And it fits right into the attacking mentality that Mandeville's trying to run here.
Ouch. You don't ever want to get hit at close.
No, not at all.
At close range by, although I will say one thing, it's not a seriously cold and wet night. So
it's a nice day out here.
It's a beautiful day out here. Barrios with a nice move up the right side. Shot on goal. Wow. Good finish right there by Isabel Barrios.
Nothing you could do about that if you're the keeper. Barrios just punched it into the upper 90. Nothing she could do.
One of the things that we could note here, although it's 3-0, and I've got to say that I think Alexis Hay is doing a good job. Like you remarked there, there's no chance.
Right.
Even the best goalies, you know, I mean, she would have had to been 6'2" probably to knock that one away. So, I mean, from that standpoint, she's done everything she can.
I mean, it's just tough when you're getting peppered like that, and we're not even 15 minutes into the game, and Mandeville's already had at least 10 chances on goal. And so, I mean, that's always tough. Law of averages says that at least 1 or 2, or in this case 3, are going to slip by.
Mia Dubrock with a big ball up the right side that Barrios is trying to run down, and Nicolette Betts. Oh, Barrios does save it. So Betts trying to battle, and Barrios puts a shot on goal. Oh, my goodness. An own goal. That's
the last thing you want if you're Live Oak. It's one thing if the other team's scoring. You can't give them any easy goals like that.
I would have to assume that Barrios gets the credit for the goal, though. Is that right? Or is it just?
It's a very gray area of a subject. Usually, it's hard to explain. I think they will actually credit the goal as an own goal to the defender.
Oh, okay.
But
I got you.
It could go either way. It's a judgment call.
Wegman. That one's stolen. Patrick trying to get it up right side. Cacho dropping it back for Scallon. Back to Cacho, up to the left side. This one's going to be roll out of bounds. Throw into Live Oak. Lady Eagles.
Interesting to see here. This is the first time Live Oak really has a chance to push forward.
The person to look for is number 30. She is a forward. She's got 36 goals. She's being covered by 3 girls right now. 3 lady skippers. That's her running out of bounds, trying to change it. Charity Simmons. She's a senior for Coach Jimmy Cook, and she's got 36 goals, but she's not really had the opportunity to get anything going as they've not been able to control the ball. Goal kick up the field. Benton battling over there with Beater. Barrios. Sheehan.
Nice move.
In space. Gonna run right by the defender. Fake. Oh, pretty. Back post.
It's a shame that didn't end in a goal because Barrios made 4 Lady Eagles miss on her run there and got into the box, found some space, and put in a really nice ball into the box.
Easy to see why the Lady Skippers are a top 10 team. There was a string, Trey, of I think 4 or 5, 6 years maybe in a row that they were runners up in Division I, which you never ever want that to happen. You don't want to be the runner up that often.
No, not at all.
Know? But
it's definitely a testament to the powerhouse program that's been built here.
Right. We're about halfway through the first half. It's 4-0. Lady Skippers dominating from the get-go. This one into the middle, and it's chipped up. Marina Cacho from a little distance there. We have a tumble. We have play on, though.
Live Oak just having a real tough time trying to just get any form of possession going.
Dubrock. That one's stolen nicely. Simmons finally touching it. Nice move by Daner into the middle, but that one is stolen. We have a whistle and a foul over there on the far side. Quickly, Live Oak puts it in play.
Live Oak's already adjusted their formations, dropping an extra defender back.
Good defense right there, and let it go where Hay can get to it. She thought about throwing it up the side here for Simmons. Simmons was marked, however, by Burbank, so Hay had second thoughts about it, didn't throw it. And this one's in the middle. Sheehan will gather on the left side. Good defense right there. And they kick it out. Robin Corcoran with the defense on Sheehan. Dubrock will throw in. Mia Dubrock. Centering pass by her. Barrios. Ooh,
good save.
Good save by Hay. Barrios didn't get all of that, but you know what? Hay did.
She showed good reflexes because it definitely was a deflection. Had to change her motion at the last second. Barely got a fingertip on it, and it's amazing that she was able to hold that in, not just deflect it away.
Centering pass by Sheehan. Pushed ahead by Kimberly Boudreau. And here's Barrios. Outside for Dubrock. Centering pass. And this one's going to be cleared out. That's about 3 or 4 passes that have just shot from distance by Sheehan. That's about 3 or 4 passes that have gone right in front of that goal mouth, and it's like, ooh.
It's hard to criticize when a team's up 4-0, but it could just as easily be 8-0 at this point with how many chances Mandeville's had. The ball has basically stayed in their attacking third of the field.
Goal kick. It's called out, but a throw into Live Oak. If you're just joining us, it's the Division I LHSAA playoffs at Sid Terrio Stadium. It is the Live Oak Lady Eagles against the Mandeville Lady Skippers, with the Lady Skippers up 4-0. First half action. Throw in. Sheehan with the big kick. Dubrock. And Hayes going to scoop that one up and punt it away. Sheehan drops it back for Dubrock. Nice little move left side. Loose ball. Barrios cannot get there. Good defense that time. Betts with some good defense again. Coming up, however, is Burbank. Sheehan. Hay gets over there to get that. Nicely done by Hayday, they call her. Patrick going right side. Simmons cannot get to it, and there's some obvious frustration on her part. As we all know, the goal scorer, Trey, wants to get the ball.
Every time.
Yeah, whoever it is, they want to have that ball. They want to try to create something. They want to get something going, especially when you're down 4-0.
And it's tough when you're positioned up front because you're relying on your midfield to get the ball to you. But at this point, it's basically defend and kick it out as fast as you can and just hope for the next round.
And hope it may even get to you.
Right.
Yeah. Benton. Good steal there by Rebecca McCarron. This is Sheehan. Wow, nice move right there by Wegman. And here we go. Here's Simmons trying to get something going. Nice move by her. Pushing it out in space, directing traffic, trying to show some of her skills. There's a good one-touch. Ooh, ouch. I think we're going to have a foul.
And that's tough because you know there wasn't no intent. It was one player going at full speed, colliding against a player that was stationary. But it's interesting to see that was the first time Live Oak really gave the Mandeville defense something to work for, and so far Mandeville was able to Mandeville pass the test. See how it goes from here on out.
Free kick. Rebecca McCarron will take that. And Live Oak gains control, but a through ball to who? There was just no one there. If you're gonna get it up the field, you got to get it close to one of your players. But that's part of that frustration of not being able to mount an attack, so that when you do, sometimes it's like, oh, let's get it up there, but there's nobody there. You got to try to find your players.
Down 4-0, you almost just have to push it up there and hope for the best. Hope that you connect with somebody.
And that's what happened there. You're right. That one's going to be out. It'll be a goal kick.
Yeah! 5 goals. You got 5 pieces of doing. Oh my God, now we get another 5.
There must have been a foul call there. That ball was not played where you play a goal kick. Live Oak going to push it cross field. Caps trying to get to it, and it ends up being kicked by Scallon off of Caps, out of bounds. So throw in. And so Live Oak will get an opportunity to throw in. Oh, good steal, give and go. Oh, we got offsides, yeah. I don't know, to the people at home right now, I don't know how you're watching us. I don't know if you're watching us on Charter Channel 13, but let's say you're not. Maybe you're on one of our other platforms, which would be AT&T UVerse 99. We're also at the school board website, stpsb.org, where you can find Channel 13 and even upload to iTunes. And we're on YouTube. We have our own YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, put in Channel 13 St. Tammany Schools, look for the 13 logo, and you'll see all our programming. So multiple ways to see, hey, if you got family and they want to see these games, you can go all over the world. So get the word out. Throw a little PSA in the middle of a.
Got to mention it.
Yeah. See, right now they're getting. Sheehan's going to reverse the field, but they're able to get. They're spreading out, and because the defense is so far back, that these first few people are controlling the ball and getting to set up the whole thing.
And what's impressive about Mandeville is that even when there's a defender or two on the ball, they're still showing the patience to not just go for what might be the most immediate option. They're looking for to make sure they have space to find maybe a better option, and that's been a big part in why they're up 4-0.
That's one of the keys to this whole team here. The thing that Coach Esker relies on so much. Simmons, nice play.
Live Oak defensive back line is just having a tough time just making sure they get that ball out of there.
Simmons will not get to that one, and Kleiss will keep it back. That's the frustration for Charity Simmons. She just cannot get. Well, here's a pass now off the left side, turning it back in, and we have an offsides. Yes, Simmons has a certain amount of frustration level. You can see it. She's got energy, but she's got, it's hard when you got good defense and the ball's not getting to you really cleanly.
And Mandeville knows that she is Live Oak's best option, and so every time she touches the ball, they collide on her real fast.
Oh, yeah. Sheehan drops it in. If you're just joining us, 4-0. There's about 7 minutes to go, and then stoppage time, which Trey's never been on a broadcast with me before. It's the one thing that confounds me more than anything in sports, the extra time. It just totally, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just confused by it.
It's just one of those intricacies that soccer wants to be different at.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're different. Why? Because that extra time could be as much as I say it is. Yeah. So free kick. Tori Best will take it. Unfortunately, that goes right to Mandeville. Sheehan. Stolen nicely. Live Oak through ball. Can Simmons get there? Allison has pretty much been the Maytag repairman, not getting any business tonight in goal. Throw in by Best.
good turn on there.
Yeah.
Some space.
Mia Dubrock, long run now down the left side, drawing some attention from Ashley King. And there'll be a set piece coming up here with this corner kick.
Oh, come on, I need more than gold.
First time you're getting to see Mandeville. What's your impressions?
Very impressive. I like this attacking style, and I like from their strikers all the way back to the defenders. They all seem to know what to do when the ball's at their feet, and they possess it really well. If they keep this up, they could definitely make some noise. There we go right there.
There's a goal. That one did not cross the goal face unattended that time.
And that's just another thing that Mandeville could do. I mean, we saw 3 goals in the run of play, 1 own goal. Now we see a goal off a set piece.
It's a situation is, unless you're as strong as they are, you've got no defense for it.
Come at you from all phases of the game.
5-0 here. Some early fireworks by the Lady Skippers have gotten them up early. A nice crowd, I got to say, with the visitors, Live Oak and home team. This game's being played Friday, February the 1st at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be one of those ones they got to get in, and basically everybody's got to get out of town because there'll be a Mardi Gras parade here come 6 o'clock, and everything is shut down. The streets are shut down. If you're actually where we are right now, you cannot get out until after the parade is over. So, so they've got to get this one in. The prep zone actually today on February the 1st is covering 4 games. We had 2 games last night, 4 games tonight, and 1 game tomorrow night. They'll be airing. We could almost have a soccer marathon, and I'm sure some of you out there would love that. But we could have 7 games, and with 10 of the 16 teams in the parish making the playoffs, it's a pretty good statement for the state of soccer in St. Tammany. Nice attempt there, good running effort from Daner, but unable to get to it. There'll be a throw in. Alexis White on the left side. White again with the throw in. Little give and go. Dubrock into the center. A late arriver unable to help out there, and that ball stolen. Simmons will gather. Nicely done right there. Simmons up the right side. Good ball, right. Another one inside, but defense up to that challenge. Best with a nice pass inside. This one. Patrick with a nice play, goes left side, a little bit too much on that one, and Scallon will kick it out.
We're in stoppage time now, and this is really the first time in this game where the ball for more than 30 seconds stayed on Live Oak's side of the field.
And you have a run right here. Got to be real careful. She's got to kick it out, and that is dangerous. That was a mistake by the defender right there. The goaltender is going, She should have really cut off. She should have cut off the offensive player and let Hay just pick it up. as it was, she kicked it back to her, which meant she could not pick it up. She had to clear it out, and that was dangerous.
You're sounding like a baby.
Throw in to Live Oak. 5-0. We're in the
stoppage time.
we're the confounding part of this whole thing. We're in the stoppage time. Oh man.
Oh, wow.
Now, nice move. Ball, that just a tad too much pace, and they're not going to take a chance. They're going to kick it out of bounds.
And halftime.
That's halftime. Well, it's 5-0 Mandeville over Live Oak here at Sid Terrio Stadium in Mandeville in the bi-district round of the Division I LHSAA state playoffs. Sarah Capps and Charity Simmons right there. Simmons going to try to make a run to start the second half. 5-0 lead for the Lady Skippers. They push it out right side. They got a whistle and a foul. Mia Dubrock called for the foul. Best, Tori Best with the free kick. That'll be a throw in to Live Oak. Second half action in the Division I LHSAA state playoffs. 2013 edition. Ball up the right sideline. Simmons trying to run it down and control it, slips down. And that one's cleared out momentarily. And this one up the right sideline. Barrios, Isabel Barrios, going to be run down defensively by Tori Best. And there'll be a throw in by Mandeville as Best kicked that one out of bounds. Maddie Cook will do the throw in honors here. It's the bi-district round of the playoffs, the first round, the round of 32. Look at that play by Sheehan, and look at that great save by Hay. Sheehan took that on her right foot, flipped it over to her left foot, pulled the trigger on a shot, but Alexis Hayday, as they call her, Alexis Hay, did a great job. Laid out, knocked that one out of bounds. Corner kick, Barrios to take it. This one popped up in the middle, and it hits the upright. That'll end up being a goal kick. Dubrock, stolen by Best. This is Barrios, going to try a crossing pass. Turned back by the Live Oak Lady Eagle defense, and they'll get a free kick now. Last night, the Mandeville Skippers, the boys' side of this soccer tandem here at Mandeville, came away with a bi-district win, 2-0 over 2-0, I should say, over Dutchtown. And Dutchtown, a team for Ascension Parish, and now from Watson, Louisiana, Live Oak. This one dropped back, kicked in. That one lost all kind of pace, and Dubrock did not give up on that one, tried to get it back in. Referee's checking with her is everything okay? And Best will take the goal kick. Sheehan got a foot on it. This is Barrios losing control. It goes out of bounds. It'll be throw into Live Oak. Attack right here. Sheehan waits for a second, finds an opening. Here's going to be a shot. Staying with it. That ball is going to go in. I think Dubrock finished that one at the goal. Mia Dubrock. (6-0). Nice attack that time by the Lady Skippers as they pushed it up the field, and Sheehan slowed it down just enough to get the ball in the area. There was a shot on goal that kind of trickled away, and a rebound off a body ended up with Mia Dubrock putting it away for her first goal of the game. Sheehan chipping it ahead, looking for Barrios. Barrios going to be called offsides. She was in front at first, then dipped back behind the defender, but by that time she had already been offsides. Maddie Cook chipping up the right side. Best is going to gather behind that one and kick it away. Sheehan steals it though. Looking for Barrios. Loose ball in the front. Shot coming. There it is. Hay gets it. Alexis Hay with another save there. Kind of punched it away and then came up and got it herself. Nice pass there by Dubrock. Oh, look at that play by Sheehan. Hay didn't get it, even though she slid out. She did not get it. A little spin move by Delaney Sheehan in the box area, and wow. Hay came out sliding, couldn't gather it up, and Sheehan, second chance there, went right in the net. Simmons. Barrios. This one cleared out by Ashley King, and Carly Allison comes out to kick it away. Allison has pretty much been the Maytag repairman, not getting any business tonight in goal as the defense has come up time and time again for the Lady Skippers. There's a nice through ball for Simmons. Allison running out and will scoop that up. And you can see that Charity Simmons made a big run at it, and like so many other things so far in the game just a little bit too far for her. Throw in up the sideline that's kicked out of bounds by Benton. Seven to 0. Mandeville over Live Oak. Best. Left side. King playing that one and gets to throw it in. Simmons making a break. That one's kicked away and out of bounds by Scallon. Simmons quick throw in for Best. Cross field for King. King further across field. And that one's kicked out of bounds by Burbank, with Machon trying to play that one. There's a ball, looks like onside right here, but good defense. Number 17, Rachel Scallon, and look, she turns it right around into a counterattack. And some pretty good defense right there from Nicolette Betts. His team's kind of trying to trade offensive chances. Best clearing it momentarily. Dubrock drops it back. This one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in by Dubrock. This one, left side, stolen over there by Benton. Sarah Capps trying to gather that one, but that's taken away. Mia Dubrock ahead for Maddie Cook. Stolen nicely. And Dubrock goes and gets it back. Best clearing momentarily. Sheehan taking it way left. Sheehan left side, going to chip it into the middle. Best clears it out. Shot on goal. And that's going to go left. 28 minutes to go in this one. We're in the second half at 7-0. Mandeville over Live Oak at Sid Terrio Stadium. We're in Mandeville, Louisiana at Mandeville High School. The visiting team was the Live Oak Lady Eagles. A throw in by Mandeville. Pushing right side. Sheehan. She's going to turn it in, and that's headed out. Ball dangerous in front of the goal. Wow. Wow. That was another one of those dangerous balls that just crossed the goal mouth, but no one was able to pick it out of the air. Cook making a run right side, drops it back to settle in and centers the pass. It's going to go out of bounds. There will be a corner kick by the Lady Skippers. Isabel Barrios will take it. High fly ball. Floats over the back and out of bounds, so it'll end up being a goal kick. And Tori Best A sophomore defender for Coach Jimmy Cook will take the kick. Sheehan. Ball drops back. Van Horn up the right sideline. This one dropped off. Way cross field. I think Cook took a tumble there, but Sheehan with the steal. Sheehan with a little run. Oh, nice move. Left-footed into the box. There's a goal. On the backside. Off of a beautiful pass from Sheehan. Elaine Burbank, one of the three seniors, gets a goal. 8-0 as the Lady Skippers extend their lead. Simmons and Capps will kick off as Coach Esker continues to substitute. Cook will get a break. And we've kicked off after the goal. Ooh, that dangerous ball easily stolen there by Barrios. Going right side, but stolen back. Ahead, stolen back by McCarran. McCarran doing a great job defensively so far. Through ball, Simmons. Allison, Carly Allison comes out and kicks it away. Dangerous ball had it gotten to Simmons' foot. Here is Sheehan. Quickly the other way on a counterattack. In the box, Barrios, finish. (9-0) after that goal by Barrios. Once again, the key component to that whole piece is number 14, Delaney Sheehan. She just created that whole thing. Kickoff now after the goal. That one dropped back. And there's Sheehan again. She's going to chip it ahead in the box. Dangerous ball. You're going to have to kick it out of bounds so they can regain. They try to save it up the sideline, but it trickles out of bounds. 22 minutes to go in this one. If you joined us earlier, we had Trey Mongrew on board for the first half, assisting me. If you've been missing his call during the second half, he's gathered himself up and moved over to Lakeshore, where he'll get the opportunity to call the Lakeshore West Ouachita boys game. Shot on goal. Hay knocks it up. It's still alive. Mia Dubrock got a shot off from distance, but that just caught the top of the crossbar. Ended up being nothing. Simmons trying to run it down. Kicks it off the defender and gets a throw in for Live Oak. Simmons between two defenders. Nice move there, trying to stay with it. Oh, got no call? Got to be a foul. It is a foul. No, it isn't. Play on, he said? Okay. This is best. Caroline Boudreaux chips it up. Lauren Biggs to Sheehan. Sheehan with a ball that's going to be run down by Boudreaux. She's going to take a shot. I thought she had a little more space. She could have run a little tad bit longer, but she decided to pull that trigger. Just did not get what she wanted, I'm sure. Sheehan up ahead. Dangerous ball in the middle. It's going to be skipped back. Sheehan pushes it out right side for Lauren Biggs. Whoa, here's a play right in there. Hannah Benton made a little run right through the middle there and ended up getting it to be a corner kick, which is a nice set piece here. Of course, Mandeville doesn't need any more goals. They're up 9-0, but I'm sure that won't stop them from trying. Hannah Benton will take the corner kick. This one on the ground in front. Kick back out. Benton gets it back, chips it into the box. Loose ball, blocked. Van Horn tried to get a shot off. It goes off of one of the defenders out of bounds, and we're going to have another throw in. Benton will do the honors, not throw in, corner kick. And Benton will do the honors again. Oh, loose ball. That attempt comes out. That was another one of those, oh my goodness. Somebody didn't get a foot on that or a head or something. Wow. Caps pushing ahead for Simmons. Simmons cut off of that one. And the defender turns back and knocks that one off. Burbank knocks that one off of Simmons, so there'll be a throw in to Mandeville. Nicely stolen there by Scallon. She's going to push it up a little, chips it ahead. That one cleared back out momentarily. A little back and forth. Uh-oh, Sheehan. Look out now. Makes a fake. This one up the field. Simmons is going to make a run on it. Morgan Kleiss on defense over there. Simmons wins that battle and will get a throw in. Quickly, she does so for Caps. Stolen by McCarron. And this one way down to Hay. And Alexis Hay, a freshman. Got to say, I'm pretty impressed with her. I know there's a lot of goals, but I'm impressed with the whole idea that she stayed with it. She's prevented several more possibilities. Best now with the steal, trying to make a run. Stolen by Scallon. Sheehan pushes it up the right side for Boudreaux. And that was going to go out of bounds. Excuse me, that was Biggs. Biggs with the throw in. Here's a shot and a goal. A quick turn and kick And we have a goal. Elaine Burbank with that one. Right place, right time for her, and we are at 10-0. 15 minutes left in this one. Simmons and Capps. And once again, Capps traps and gets it back, but once again, really the outstanding defense for Mandeville has negated Capps and Simmons as they've been able to turn back just about everything here. Long run up that left sideline, saved. Going to drop it back. Sheehan going to looping kick into the middle. Header. Biggs had a header that hit off the defender. Just didn't go in. Good defense there from Live Oak. Quick throw in. That one's going to go out of bounds. Loose ball, Simmons going to bring it back, leaves it. Throw in by Best. Biggs drops it back. Sheehan back to Biggs. Biggs cannot keep it in. It'll be a throw into Live Oak. Ooh, there's a foul there. No doubt about that. Free kick coming to the Lady Eagles. Tori Best. Best kicks one deep. That's off of Simmons. Simmons cannot get to it. It's kicked out of bounds. Charity Simmons, 36 goals on the year. Tori Best, 9, and Laura Martin, 9. And Charity Simmons has a scholarship to go to Louisiana Tech. So the Live Oak Lady Eagles have had a pretty good year, 10-7-1, 5-3 in the district. They're going to unfortunately lose here in the first round of the playoffs, but they've had obviously some good games, and Simmons is a good player, along with Hay, Best, and a few others. And I know Coach Cook is trying to build his program, and I'm sure he will regroup after the season and see what he can do next year. Caroline Boudreau with that one. This one up ahead. That should have been offsides, I thought. Maybe not. The lineman disagreed with me for sure. Oh. Kayla Seals making some plays, trying to make a move back there. Seals. Throw in. More substitutions now from Coach Esker. With this game in hand, trying to give some more PT, spread the wealth. Throw in right into the middle. Biggs chipping it for the back post, and too much on it. We throw in to Mandeville. Best with the goal kick. White making a move. Alexis White coming through unchallenged until that last part right there. I had to look down and notice that the Live Oak Lady Soccer supporters have never let good enough be enough on the back of their shirts. I like that. Never let good enough be enough. Good words for us all to live by. Corner kick coming up. This one across the field. Best gets a foot on it first. In the middle. Cleared out to the side. It was dangerous for a moment there. Best trying to get it up. Run down over there by Cacho, Marina Cacho. This one by Mia Dubrock goes out of bounds. .740 to go in this one. It's been all Mandeville from early on. 10-0. The Lady Skippers asserting themselves early and often in this one. Ball skips through, and we have a whistle. There will be a free kick. And Sheehan will take it. She's been pushed back to the back line. She'll just drop it off to the left. And a shot from distance skitters through and then out of bounds. We'll have another corner kick. Hannah Benton is going to go over there and take the corner kick. Benton. That one came off the foot of Lauren Biggs. Still alive, though, on the other side. Into the middle. Dubrock, right-footed. Hayes, rebound, out. Best. Some miscommunication there among the defenders. And the ball comes out. Here's a shot. Goes off of a player. And Daner elects to kick it out of bounds over there. Bess going to try to run it down here in the corner. The It'll end up being a goal kick. And Tori Best, who has taken the goal kicks today for Live Oak. There's going to be a substitute for Live Oak. We're stopping play for a moment. As Coach Jimmy Cook subs in. And Tori Best has taken a lot of goal kicks today for the Lady Eagles. Biggs on the right side. Nice pass inside by Cacho. Here's a shot that, a pass that goes right across the goal. And Hayes ends up diving and scooping it up. Sarah Capps that time heading it, tried to get it to move up the field where she could go run underneath it, not having luck, and that's been the story of the day. Seldom, if any, the offensive attack by the Lady Eagles. Dubrock pushing up a ball. Ooh, ball slips out of Hayes' hand. Best will get a quick throw in. Stolen. Dubrock, Mia Dubrock taking a shot on goal. Comes off the line, still there, and rebound put away by Mandeville. Dubrock took the shot that looked like it was going to go in. It didn't. The rebound came out, and Madeline Day pounced on it and drove that one right into the back of the net to make it 11-0. About 3 minutes to go in this one. Simmons going to kick it up the right sideline. Best going to try to run it under it, but it's the story of today for Live Oak. It's been a little bit too far, and players not fast enough to get to him. Just a tad too far. Unlucky that. So throw in Mandeville. Simmons. Nice move there. Going to bring it back around and then back again. We got a whistle, foul. Simmons will play it there. This is in my partner Rhett Shane's area right here. Go ahead and take a shot at the goal. Test Miss Allison, and there it is. And she lets it go. Good play by Carly Allison to let that one go. Allison will take the goal kick. As we're under 2 minutes now, we're in the extra time or stoppage time, or that time that no one but the referee knows how long it will go. Scallon trying to clear it out. That one's stolen by Allie Patrick, and a shot on goal. They've been few and far between right there. But Carly Allison has been up for every challenge. Counterattack. Dubrock making a long run right here. She's going to pull one off. And she couldn't get her body twisted enough to be able to plant that foot and explode that kick toward the net. As it is, it goes wide right. Best will take the goal kick. 11-0. This one. And that'll end it. The Lady Skippers will advance to the round of 16, the regional round, with a 11-0 victory over the Lady Eagles from Live Oak. We got to send our thank yous out to the people that brought you this game, starting with our superintendent, Mr. Trey Foltz, our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Schwang. My thanks to Randy Perkins for jumping in for Dave the Rave Williams. Also Trey Mongrew, who did the first half with me over at Lakeshore. This is Charles Tiger Edwards. Good night. God bless you. Be good.